Theatre originated in the 15th century when Shakespeare's Globe and Elizabethan Playhouse opened its doors to a diverse audience. At this point in time, working class men footed the stage playing the parts of the kings and the noble rich. Starting as troupes of patroned actors who roamed the land of the wealthy, theatre arose as a ritual activity for working class actors. But now it seems that middle or upper class actors are successfully making their professional careers and appearing on our theatre stages. Is acting, therefore, a profession open to everyone or just the wealthy? Behind the curtain, is being from the right class with the money to fund an expensive arts education the key to success, or are the same opportunities open to people from poorer backgrounds? Talking to local youth theatres and those in the professional acting industry across the UK, I'm about to find out.
Hello, I'm Christopher Gorry. I'm the Youth Theatre Director here at Royal and Derngate. It's like a kind of, the youth theatre is like a mini company within the building, basically. In terms of keeping things affordable, we have a relationship with the Northampton Community Foundation, who basically kind of fund our bursary places. So for young people that maybe wouldn't be able to engage through financial hardship, we have a kind of bursary pot where they can apply and their kind of fees are paid for on behalf of the parents or guardians.
One benefit of being in youth theatre is building confidence. I asked the members to tell me about their experiences.
Every time I come, I just think that it was a really smart move making that decision to come, because every day I feel like I learn something.
I think it's nice because instead of doing drama every single week with people that you've grown up with school, it's sort of completely random people that you make friends with, so it's nice to get that sort of feel before you do go to do like uni and different things like that.
Youth theatre is absolutely awesome. I would always advise people just to go for it. It's one of those things that when you first, if you first hear about it, for me it wasn't the first thing that I would want to do. But the moment I came, I was absolutely hooked. I was gripped by all the drama, the madness, the loudness and the craziness and the energy of it all. It was just absolutely phenomenal, and I don't know anywhere else that enables you to get what you get here.
We know that in the current climate it's quite difficult because kind of everything is costing much more money, and I imagine in the current climate we've got to be thinking about what kind of how we can make that engagement easier for young people, you know. So I think it's about kind of making sure they're aware of that we offer bursaries, but also kind of making sure we kind of top that fund up as well and do regular fundraising events to kind of make sure we can subsidise places.
After visiting the Royal and Derngate to find out how their youth theatre brings together its members from different social backgrounds by offering bursaries to subsidise the costs, I came across an acting company in Nuneaton which is entirely free to its members. I went along to their dress rehearsal of History Boys in order to get an insight into how the theatre company promotes equal opportunities.
Sudden Impulse is a theatre company, runs like a professional theatre company. So anyone who is an actor with Sudden Impulse is not expected to pay anything. So they don't have to pay subscriptions every week, they don't pay a joining fee, they don't pay for any of their costumes. Experience is essential. And it's important to get the right experience, to go to school, drama schools, any drama schools, or to study afterwards. There's two things that you need to do. You need to be getting the right amount of practical experience with a good production company. Doing endless versions of Oliver and Grease isn't really going to cut it. The other thing people need to do is go and see a lot of theatre.
A look at the most common plays that youth theatres are making in 2014 shows there is little work being made about the lives of the working classes. However, in the 1950s and 60s, a group of writers from Liverpool, including Alan Ayckbourn and Willie Russell, wrote and directed challenging plays which dealt with the issues of ordinary working lives. One actress who found herself involved in this working class movement is Margie Clark, who has over 45 years of experience on stage and TV and in film.
There was a group of Liverpool writers at the time. There was Adrian Henry, who was a famous beat poet, Willie Russell, Alan Bleasdale, Jimmy McGovern. They were all coming through the ranks at the same time. And I was invited to a dinner party at Adrian Henry's house in Liverpool. That was very much a middle-class preserve. I said to Willie Russell, what books shall I read? He said, oh, go and read Dostoevsky's The Idiot. And I was blown away by this particular book. And I said, I didn't want to put the book down. And from that, Willie used me as a an inspiration for educating Rita.
Like Margie Clark, many students of theatre benefit as they learn more about the theory behind the performance. Daniel Byers from Bedford University says how youth theatre can be of benefit to those wishing to move onto a university course.
Students who've got some experience of theatre before they apply will tend to be looked on favourably, but that's not because we think that experience is essential, so much as because students have shown some interest and commitment to theatre and to the study and practice of theatre before they turn up here, will tend to turn out to be students who are more committed and interested through the course.
The theatrical experience develops transferable skills such as confidence, communication and creativity. Not everyone will go on to pursue acting careers, but being on the stage, learning social skills and the ability to act confident is certainly something which both youth and adult theatre is able to flourish.
The skills that they are learning will help them in job interviews. The idea of being able to walk into a room and make eye contact with someone, smile and present yourself in the way that you want to be presented is something that drama can teach you. Giving you the ability to use your imagination and to be creative can be useful in all elements of life.
I think if you're good at if you're passionate about something, that's going to come across to an audience and they're going to applaud you and love what you're doing. And I think every time you do a good performance, it will bump up your confidence every time. It just gives you, I know I am so much more confident than when I first started out. I was always really concerned about what people thought of me and if I was rubbish, but like you get out there, if you love what you do, it doesn't matter. And if you get good feedback, you've just got to remember the compliments and forget the insults. And that's how I live by it.
One of the ways to become confident is to act it. You don't have to feel it. Your knees may be knocking, but to act it is to put on the front, to put on the big face, to deliver happiness in your voice and intention in your voice. So if you act it, you become it.
I then spoke to well-known actor, writer and stand-up comedian Tom Bird, who set up LP Creative's production company. He considers himself from a lower social class background.
Perhaps wanting to prove yourself a little bit more is something that's more important if you are from a poorer background. I myself was brought up on a council estate and I kicked and punched and scratched my way through. I wasn't trained, I haven't had any formal acting career or in my youth I didn't pursue being an actor. It's something that came naturally through comedy. I was a stand-up comedian for a while and then I got into writing and then eventually I got into acting as well. Determination is vastly more important than anything else that you get. For instance, I spoke to somebody the other day who was just trying to start out in showbiz and I said 500 no's and 1 yes is all it takes for you to make your career. So as long as you're determined and as long as you're prepared to knock on doors, not take no for an answer and keep going, then you've got a much better chance than somebody who has £1 million and is just sat on the backside.
Class follows you into show business, and in show business it uses a different word. It uses typecasting. It's mainly middle classes who are on stage. It's mainly the middle classes who are in front of you on camera. Even in soaps, even something like Shameless, well, David Trelfall, who plays the lead, Frank, is a middle class actor playing a working class part. So you can watch what you think are working class actors, Nabo, it's middle classes playing working class actors.
Following a career in acting is incredibly difficult. Being from a higher class background is not enough. Hard work, motivation and a positive attitude replaces the class division. Along the way, I have found out that the benefits of youth theatre is much greater than I previously recognised. It is not all about aspiring to be the next West End star. Being on the stage and mixing with people from different backgrounds helps in all aspects of life. So as Margie says it best,
acting and performing, it's not just a want. That ain't good enough. Just wanting to do it, so what? You've got a need to do it like you need to breathe. Then you'll get through.